It's a whole lot of talking. Fuck is they talking about though? You're big MRM WRW Mafia.
Dark side.
Come
Light
by
this
with the
bitch
tribe. Kirby, what up though? I'm breaking it down, ground. I'm working my way up. You a way stuck, get your way up. You're looking for pay cuts. I want all of my peoples to wake up. Sleep, Frank Ocean, dig, peep. This not a method of the week. Fools, choose. I'm making a break of the rules. Fools, choose. It's the hammer, I'm busting the moves. I wake up like this, blessed. Everything else just a test. Stress was created for licking the less. I'm with the guards, yes. Fact, me and Kirby finessing the beat. 10 toes, MRM when we reppin' the street. I am the chief, this is the tribe. I ended the different electrical side. Come get you a vibe. This is my land, is my only reply.
Yeah, G, what up? Yeah. Back in my bag, no book for the papers. Ain't got time for my bitch, cause I'm running up the papers. Just like that I keep the flavors, from the lows to the highs. Man, my niggas elevating. Say you got motion, but you niggas just talk. Big dog in the yard, and you bitches just balk. Look me in my eyes, say it with your chest when you talk. Boys do what they can, and men do what they want. Break that shit down, half O's to the pounds. Put my thoughts to action, Jackson's niggas like to stunt a different fabric. Magic hat been pulling rabbits out of hat. Trick you out to life, Houdini, Lord Janie couldn't bring it back. Niggas be capping, say whatever when they rapping. Tell your life story, and what really fucking happened. I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Actions to my words, you can see me here when they play my song. Forever do the man. And Ladybug, yeah, love is love. Loyal to my children, family first, and putting my heart in every verse.
Yo, what's the vibe, tribe? This is I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast. Myself, Big Chief, not the little one, G the Starflower, melanated god of love, and my goddess Aquarius goddess, man. But y'all know what the vibes is. Well, actually, this is something new that I'm bringing to the forefront on my podcast, and this is Men's Mental Health Check-In. You hear me? I checks in. You hear me? Okay, now. But I said I want to take it a little bit further, you know, because I don't want to speak on that, but I wanted to take it a little bit further, you know, as far as us presenting this to the universe, you know, as a unit, because everything that is being done separately needs to be done as a unit. Everything. So, you know, I'm here to push that. So when it comes to my brothers, you know, these topics need to be had. Not saying that the topic that I'm bringing tonight, which is how was your Father's Day? You know, I definitely want to kick it off with that, you know, due to this is a man's thing, you know, that I'm presenting and bringing to the forefront. You hear me? Because it's very much needed, you know, because I'm a very big observer, being though who I am, you know. So I'm able to look down and see what's going on, literally. So, and I see a lot of my brothers, you know, trying to kind of drifting off into the old shit, you know. And when I start seeing that type of shit, it's like, all right, you know. And not just from one person, it can be multiple. You know, not just saying those who I'm connected to. It's brothers, you know, that I'm seeing on these social media platforms, because I'm always bouncing around from platform to platform, seeing what's going on. Because like I said, I'm an observer. I pay close attention to what's going on in Big Mama's house, because I'm Big Mama's baby boy. you know. So that being said, I say, okay, my brothers need this, you know. So everything came to my mentals today. This is how I move, y'all. Like when I think of something and it's like heavily on me mentals, I'll just push forward. I created a group today. You know, y'all can join the group on Facebook, Men's Mental Health Check-in group on Facebook. I would appreciate that, you know, because it's for us. You know, it's not a me thing, it's a we thing when it comes to me. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I'm pushing out here. It is not a me thing, it's always a we thing, you know. But I am a creator. We were created to create, you know. So let's create together, please, my brothers. But I checks in on my brothers, you know. I said I'm gonna do it every Monday and Friday. I don't know. I was thinking of just random days I may just pop up and, you know, what's up? You know, like, oh, that type of time versus me having set days where I'm gonna do it. But right now, I just keep it with the Mondays and Fridays, you know, men's mental health check-in. You know, call your brother, call your father, call your sons, your cousin, your uncle, your grandfather, whatever man that's connected to you in any type of way, or you have not heard from or spoke to in a minute, but it was never really no love detached or no situations that, you know, happened that caused y'all to not be, you know, in contact with each other. You know, people just have life going on. You know, that happens. It's not meant for us to be connected to each other consistently on a day-to-day basis. It's not meant to go that way. People have to separate themselves, you know, and go on to their journeys, you know, especially when we're waking up to understand who we truly are. So it's definitely meant for us to separate and then we all come back together once certain missions are accomplished. I gotta understand this. But you know, reach out to your brothers, you know, check on your brothers, you know, and make sure everything all right, because we don't get a lot of that. You know, people don't ask questions. They only quick to point the finger to the reactions of a brother. You know what I'm saying? Instead of questioning or asking, like, you know, the reasons behind or why, you know, that choice was made. Because there's always a reason behind the choices we make. But they don't question that, though. You know, it's just pointing the fingers at what we done wrong. But how was y'all Father's Day, my brothers? You know, I hope everything was what you wanted it to be. You know, me personally, I hope that y'all wasn't expecting too much from others outside of self or those who you have a real connection with. Shout out to my goddess, Aquarius goddess. That's who made my Father's Day what I wanted it to be. You know, so I truly enjoyed it. You know, my kids reached out to me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm connected to my kids every day. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids here for me literally every day. You know, so I'm doing my part. You know, but I also have an understanding that, you know, everyone has their own set journeys, their own set paths, or, you know, roles to play within this universe. So, you know, no one can control that but them, you know. So we got to stop trying to force things on our children and allow them to, you know, go through their experiences. It's meant for us to guide them in the right direction, or, you know, have those conversations of, you know, if this happened, whatever, you know, those conversations are meant to be had. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about the experiences. You know, without the experiences, you're not going to really know or have an understanding of nothing, period. You know, so back to this the topic, which is Father's Day. You know, we all know how this shit go, you know. Far as the love that's being shown and presented outside of self. uh Hold on, man. Hold on, y'all.
I didn't know what you were saying about packages.
Oh no, it was a piece of mail. All right, I'm back, y'all. But yeah, it's like we can't intervene on that. We know how it go far as the whole Father's Day, Mother's Day thing, the love that be shown, what's being presented on these social media platforms and commercials. Well, I'm gonna just say what's been advertised, period, when it comes to that. It's never the same. And my thing is this: a lot of us men have settled and been comfortable with the fact that it goes that way. Like it's been accepted, I guess. For most men anyway, not me, because personally, that day is going to be what I make it, regardless of what somebody else chooses to do or say or whatever the case may be. It's going to be what I make it. You got to appreciate yourself before anything else, or for far as thinking anyone is going to do anything for you. You got to appreciate yourself. Hold on, y'all. But I was let me get into this while I'm doing something, y'all. I was gonna let these videos play because this is men's mental health check-in, and I've already done a lot of this or checked out a lot of this on YouTube and the beginnings of my spiritual awakenings, and everything just validated things for me because I'm not gonna lie. At the end of the day, a lot of the shit that I've done within it came naturally. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really watch anything or take any steps from anyone else. It came naturally. Like this was for me. You know what I'm saying? So, but I know it don't come that way for everyone. Maybe that light needs to be sparked in some sort of way. That's why I take so many angles when it comes to me trying to wake my brothers and sisters up. I take multiple angles with this shit because I don't know what's going to work for who. So I'm just going to go all around the board with it. Something's going to click. But anyway, this is men's mental health check-in. So, and I know a lot of us brothers, we have anger issues and things that we go through mentally, that we're still working on, whether we're older or younger. It doesn't matter. It's older men that's still doing, goofy shit out here. Not saying that y'all are doing goofy shit, but y'all know where I'm going with that. So this video was about working on your anger issues. I can't pronounce this brother's name is Sad Hanuyova. Do not laugh at me. But I posted his videos in the mental health check-in group on Facebook as well. So y'all could definitely check that out. Definitely tap in for real though, because I do this for y'all. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. And I am a ear and a shoulder when needed. Man, there's people that call my phone multiple times of the day, all throughout the day. I'm talking about AMs type shit. You know, where I'm sleep, like, bro, okay. Shout out to my brothers though, man. Love is love. But anyway, let's listen to this video.
My question is, what are we supposed to do when we are angry? And how to deal with deep-rooted
how to control your anger issues.
Suppose you're angry with your mother, you behave one way. You're angry with your friend another way. You're angry with your professor, completely different way.
You're talking to students, by the way, y'all.
Yes or no? So who is your victim right now? Accordingly, you should do. But now you're asking this question as if anger is a natural part of you. Are you angry right now? What's your name? Rohini, are you angry right now? No. Then why are you bothered about anger? Once in a way you get angry. Yes? You get angry. Anger doesn't happen to you. You get angry. You like it? You don't like it. Then why do you do it? See, around us, so many people will do so many things that we don't like. Yes or no? So many things in Mumbai happening, things that we don't like are every day happening. But at least within you, only what you want should happen within this, isn't it? Huh? I cannot decide that only what I want should happen with you. But I can definitely decide only what I want must happen within me, isn't it? If you could decide only what you want should happen within you, would you choose anger or joy? What's your choice? Please choose, I'm going to bless you. See, you want the highest level of pleasantness for yourself, isn't it? Then why is such a thing not happening? As I said earlier, you never read the user's manual. How this functions has not been looked at. Do not go by the example of people who came here a few years earlier than you. That, no, my mother also was like that, my grandmother also was getting angry, so I am also getting angry. They should not be the leading lights of your life. I want you to look at it. Your thought, your emotion, your body must happen the way you want, isn't it? Huh? If somebody else can decide what should happen within you, this is ultimate slavery, isn't it so? What happens around you, maybe we can decide, but nobody should decide except yourself what happens within you. If you decide, you would keep this in the high state of pleasantness for sure. You wouldn't be battling with anger. It's not just about anger, fear, stress, tension, don't address them separately. Essentially, your mind is not taking instructions from you. Why? Because you don't know where the damn keyboard is. Yet, we gave you a supercomputer, you do not know where the keyboard is. So one day you did this, something worked, another day you did this, something worked. You know, have you seen people? The radio doesn't work, boom. And it works sometimes. That's not a technology, that's chance.
That's facts.
Have you seen this? If something doesn't work, people think, tap, 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 it'll work. And a lot of people are using this for human beings also. Something doesn't work, tap, tap, and it'll work. In Tamil Nadu, there is a saying, that means, if you slap them 4 times, everything will get fixed.
That's how we used to slap that TV. Real shit though.
No battery.
Well, that was one of the videos that, I had checked out along the beginning of my journey when it came to me working on my anger issues and shit. Like I said, and at the end of the day, a lot of the work that I've done within myself came naturally. Like, so when I see videos of other people speaking on certain things that I've done is just like a validation to me, for me personally. Like, it's validated. Like, okay, I was doing the right shit the whole time. Like I said, a lot of the work, all of the work, I'm not even going to say just a lot of the work, all of the work that I've done within myself was done naturally. You know, once I started working on one thing, everything else started flowing. Like, it all formed together. All the pieces of the puzzle was just laid out in front of me. You know what I'm saying? Or however y'all want to pick that shit. You know what I'm saying? Once I started working on one thing, everything else was just, you know, and I was taking the steps that was needed without me actually even knowing. And that's that. I made, like, seriously, I don't know how else to put that. That's facts. I was taking the steps that was needed without me even knowing. But like I said, once I accomplished one mission, and that was something that I was always afraid to do, which is leaving my environment. You know, that was something that I stood heavily on not doing, over the fact that I didn't want to leave my children or my mother, because my mom is disabled. You know what I'm saying? And there was nobody around that was taking care of her like me. Nobody. Still to this day. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has done the things that I've done for my mother, you know, and that's big facts. But those were the reasons why I never wanted to leave. But once I've installed into my mentals that I'm doing this to better me in order for me to better them, I put that in my head and I ran with that. I ran with that. Straight up. I ran with that. Once I put that into my mentals, that was it. That was it. Like, I took off, you know, and those who were connected to me along my journey, they'll tell you, you know, my goddess, shout out to my goddess, Aquarius goddess, my sister, good vibes only, you know, and my kids, you know, for the most part. And, you know, it might be in a couple of other people. My brother, shout out to my brother Wells and shit. My brother, my nephew, it's a couple of people that witnessed the journey, the changes within my journey, the growth within me and all of that. It's a couple of people that's close to me that actually witnessed that. But once I took that step, that was it. That was it. So I guess when it comes to my brothers, because we all have that ego, right? You know, and not even just that, I can only speak for myself when it comes to my mentals and how I choose to think. I can't speak for all men, but I know for sure that, you know, it's certain things that stops us from wanting to accomplish things within our lives. Can I just say that? I can't tell you what that thing is because, like I said, I can't speak for all. You know, I can only speak for myself. But I do know that, because I know personally a lot of brothers, my brothers that I'm connected to, that I, you know, reach out to on a day-to-day basis, man, got talents and all of that shit, right? But yet, it's something that's stopping them from actually reaching that higher level of self for them to accomplish the mission of exposing that talent to the universe. That I don't know. But what I do know is these are some very talented brothers. You hear me? Like, seriously. I ain't even got to say no names for people to know who I'm speaking of. You know what I'm saying? But and little do people know, this is the reason why I do certain things, or I've done certain things on my platforms. You know, if y'all pay close attention, the reason why I connect with certain people, I bring certain people on, play certain people music, pitch certain people in certain positions around other people that's doing okay. I do the showing without knowing. That's deep. I do the showing without knowing. And when I say without knowing, I mean the individuals that I'm doing the showing to don't know. You know, they don't know the reasons why I'm doing what I'm doing. Like, oh, I hit one of my bros out of nowhere. You know, bro, you trying boom, 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 do this tonight? Bop, 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 man, you free? Boom, boom, boom. Don't even know why. You know, but you know, love is love, bro. It's like once a person reaches a certain level, which they will, my brothers and my sisters, it's not just for my brothers, but right now, this is strictly for my brothers, you know. But once one has reached a certain level, I promise you, a lot of what I presented is going to be understood, 100% understood. Like, damn, all right, now I know why bro was doing that. I know why, you know, because everything happens for a reason, you know, especially in my world, you know. In my world, everything that I do, there's a reason behind it, especially when it comes to my people. Because sometimes there's people on the outside looking in that see more within you. I'm one of those people. That's not saying that you don't see that you're a talented person or whatever the case may be. You could do this, you could do that, boom, boom, boom. But I see it on a bigger level than what you see it. Because it's like if you seen it on the level that I'm seeing it, you would be. Don't let that go over y'all heads. If you seen it on the level that I'm seeing it, and I mean like the action has to be put within it. Like, you know, that feeling has to be put into action and it will be. Don't let none of this go over y'all heads, yo. I promise those who have an understanding of what is and what ain't, they get it, you know? So I'm waiting for that. You know, I'm waiting for that, my brothers. And y'all know who the fuck I'm talking about. My talented motherfucking brothers. You know, I'm waiting for that. But I'm right here. Whenever y'all ready to push forward with the program, you know, we can go. But at the end of the day, it's a lot that goes on that's holding us back from accomplishing the mission. Like I was just saying in the beginning, you know, so it's like we got to get past that first before we're able to form as one and make this shit happen. And I'm saying musically and mentally and, you know, physically out there in the physical, doing the footwork within the communities and all that, all this shit gonna play a part. Do y'all know? I just got finished watching the Michael Jackson movie, right? Before I went live today. Literally, right before I went live, I was watching the Michael Jackson movie. Brought tears to my eyes and everything. You know, I was always a big fan of Mike. You hear me? Since day one as a kid, I shit you no lie. You know, my mom could tell you and anybody in my childhood, my friends, they'll tell you. Like, you know, I had the jacket, the leather jackets, the glove. I used to do his dance moves. The only thing I would do all this in my room. You know, nobody still to this day, a lot of people do not know that I can dance, you know, because it's not like I was one of them people at the party and get out in the dance floor and just start going off. That was never me, you know, but I promise y'all, I can dance. You know, my God is to tell you, when we in here, we kicking in shit, you know, even though I like dancing to certain type of music now, but I can dance to any type of music, like, and do the trending dances to those songs. Like literally, I can boogie. But you know, when I was watching the Michael Jackson movie and shit, you know, it just brought back those memories of me being a child. I'm talking about literally from 5 years old up to, you know, I was a teenager or whatever the case may be. I remember my memories far as Michael Jackson and shit. And now, after watching that movie, and me being more on a conscious level now, I have a real understanding of why my connection to him was the way that it was. Like, seriously, you know, Mike was something different. And I don't know if a lot of y'all remember, I used to ask the question. I think it was on What to Talk About Radio when I used to do the interviews with a lot of up-and-coming artists like the Young Brothers and shit or whatever. And I would always ask them a question at the end of the show. If you had a blowhorn and you can speak to the whole world, the whole entire world, you can send a message to the whole entire world, what would it be? Right? And then they all would say what they would say. And that's something I still thought about and think of to this day until I watched the Michael Jackson movie, right? Because I always thought, how would we be able to do that? Like, how? Like, will we be able to pick or be able to speak to everyone at one time? Like, all races of people, no matter where the fuck you're at, we can tunnel vision in on these people all at one time. After watching the Michael Jackson movie, I realized that that can happen because he done it. He done that. He done that. Like, that's kind of what brought the tears to my eyes and shit. Because, like I said, now me being on a conscious level, I pay more attention to what's going on or what's being presented and the picture that's being painted now. You know, not their picture, the picture. You know. So yeah, that's what kind of gave me the feeling that I had, because I seen the bigger picture and what he was doing or what he's done. Not what he was doing, trying to do. He did that. You know, he brought all races of people together. Like, that man had motherfuckers shedding tears over him, man. Like, in the movie, like, I never, knew it was that deep. Like, I used to see clips of shit where, his concerts where, people be crying and all this and shit like that. We've all seen that. But when he had the accident when his hair got lit on fire and he was in a hospital, man, all them fucking people that was outside of that fucking hospital, bro. And I'm talking about all races of people, motherfuckers that so-called don't get along. This man brought together. This one man did that. Like, fuck is y'all like, bro, what? What? The only artist that I know of, and I'm 44, but, I'm 20 years ahead of my time as well, and I've been here before. You hear me? But I don't know any other artist that has accomplished a mission like that. That's powerful. That's major. Fuck all this weak ass shit these motherfuckers pushing out here, man. That shit ain't nowhere near on that level. That man put he put the walk behind his talk. You hear me? As he was doing the moonwalk. Fuck y'all talking about? He was doing the moonwalk for real. He was doing the moonwalk for real, But that mission was accomplished. For surely. That mission was accomplished. And, we need to keep pushing that on our end, for sure. But shout out to Michael Jackson, man. I just want to touch bases on that because I definitely just got finished watching that before I went live. And it was powerful. It was powerful. But I ain't gonna do no long shows when it comes to this. It may be an hour, anywhere up to an hour, if that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing it for a reason. It's always a bigger picture behind everything. And I'm just trying to make sure our brothers are doing all okay mentally, and to let y'all know that you do have brothers such as myself and others out here that's willing to be an ear or a shoulder whenever needed, But this Father's Day thing, I've seen. I told my goddess today, we joke about shit, but then she know how serious I am. But she's an Aquarius, so her way of, that's how we. Man, listen, the connection is on a whole nother level because it helps me work on me. And same with her. Like, things that I do that she may not like is helping her work on her. Like, that's how we're building as one. But anyway, we'll be sitting and joking about certain shit. Or sometimes I'll be serious and she'll just make it a joke. You know what I'm saying? But have it go. We'll be doing that. We'll be speaking on whatever it is, and well, this topic anyway, the Father's Day shit. We was talking about the commercials that was being played on television or whatever the case may be, or anything that was being broadcast on social media. It was all about cookouts. spatulas and seasonings and shit like that. So she'll keep making little jokes about that or whatever. I'm like, man, you funny as hell. But you know, it is what it is. I'm just not one of the ones that's willing to settle for that picture, you know, and I'm more mad at our sisters, you know, for settling for that picture. Actually, not just settling for that picture. They play a major role in painting that picture, you know. I'm not here to sugarcoat shit, you know. I am your thoughts. Yeah, man, fuck you talking about, huh? I'm gonna say what the fuck you want to say, but don't want to say it for some sort of reason. Me not give a fuck. Me not give a fuck. That shit ain't the same, and I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. I'm not one to sit back and feel like it's supposed to be that way. No, the fuck is not. This shit's supposed to be equally. No other way to go about that or look at that. Fuck you talking about. A father is a father, a mother is a mother. Everyone should be appreciated for the roles that they play. Period. Fuck you talking about. And should be appreciated in the same way. Like, it should be no higher levels or higher scales when it comes to that. You know, because it ain't no higher level or higher scale. Not in my world. Everyone played their role. You know, or did they? You know, because in some cases, a lot of people ain't even played those roles to even receive that love that they're receiving on Father or Mother's Day. You know, I'm not going to just make this about one or the other. You know, we can speak about both, but, you know, I just know the differences when it comes to Father's Day and Mother's Day, far as what's being painted from those who paint the picture. And we all know who that is. You know, like I said, I'm just more mad at our sisters for falling victim to this shit and actually entertaining it. You know, because we have the power to change the game. Like, shit do not have to be the way that it is. It don't. If everyone can understand their roles and play their parts, man, we would have no issues out here. If people were to take heed and some of the shit that I'm presenting out here, like, bro, like, sis, whoever is listening in, I present this shit for you. I know what would work for you. Like, what do y'all like? All right, man. All right, I'll push what I know would work for you. You know, and if y'all were to take heed into any of this shit, just a little piece, it ain't even got to be all of it. If you could just work on something, you know, within what I'm presenting out here, you know, just one thing, I guarantee you everything else going to fall in place. Everything else going to fall in place. But I will say this, you have to change people, places, and things, not just one. If it's not all three, it is not going to work for you. That's one thing that I can promise y'all. If it's not all three, it is not going to work. You know, because if you change 1, 2, but didn't change that 3, that 1, that third is going to pull those exactly back in. I can guarantee you that. It's going to pull you exactly back in. And it doesn't matter which one it is out of the 3 people, places, and things. One of them going to drag you back in if you have not changed all 3. I can guarantee you that. So when it comes to the self-work, you know, that needs to be done within self, that's number 1. People, places, and things, you know. So I'm not one to think or feel as though you have to speak to any type of counselors or therapists or anyone in that field when it comes to us working on our mental health issues. Whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. This is the work that we need to do within ourselves, but it's steps that need to be taken in order to do that. I understand the steps that need to be taken because I am a man who has taken those steps. So why wouldn't I present this to my brothers as well? I'm not one of these, and this is the crazy thing, right, y'all? It's brothers out here that's making buku cash off of the same shit that I'm trying to present to y'all, right? For free. me present this for free. I really love you. They're just talking that shit to make it sound good so they can accomplish whatever they're trying to accomplish within that. You know, they're painting their own pictures. They want to look like the rappers out here. A lot of them hang with the rappers and entertain a lot of that social media rap entertainment world type shit. A lot of them do, you know, but yet they the ones that people choose to go tune into. These same motherfuckers that's taking money out of your pockets, the pocket that you don't even have. You're letting people taking money out of a pocket you don't even have. These so-called gods and goddesses, these black Indians, you know, claiming to be us or whatever the case may be. But, you know, that is a choice. Everything is a choice, and you made that choice. So, you know, I'm not one to go against or, you know, put too much energy into. You know, it is what it is. But I do know for a fact that, you know, it's a lot of brothers and sisters out here who be charging people for the information that I'm choosing to give y'all for free, you know? So even me creating this whole mental health check-in, men's mental health check-in, you know, Mondays and Fridays. All of my brothers can tell y'all, I literally reach out to everyone, you know, every day, not even just on the Mondays and Fridays. You know, I reach out to people every day, regardless of, you know, what day of the week it is, you know. But this is something that I want to just continue to push and build on, and hopefully it will, you know, cause a lot of my brothers to, you know, say, you know what, all right, boom. Because like I said, I'm waiting for something to trigger. I'm looking for the triggers. Y'all got to get, like, you got to understand where I'm at with this on a spiritual level. Like, I know what needs to be done. I just don't know what that trigger is when it comes to certain people. I'm not even trying to pinpoint anyone specifically. I'm really not, because it's a lot of people that I'm connected to, you know. So I just throw different things out there to wait for that trigger, because once that trigger is triggered, the movements will be made. Don't let this shit go over your fucking heads, man. All right? You know, so the whole men's mental health check-in, you know, is for me to, you know, build with the brothers on a spiritual level, you know, and see what needs to be done mentally in order to overcome that, work on that, and continue on with the mission. That is my purpose, you know, to help my brothers get through that the same way that I've helped myself get through that. Love is love, man. But this was I Can't Make This Shit Up podcast with myself, Big Chief, Never the Little One, my goddess, Aquarius Goddess, which is the co-host of the show. But this was Men Mental Health Check-In. How was your Father's Day? I had a wonderful Father's Day because of my goddess and my 3 young star seeds. They reached out to me. The love was felt. My goddess came through, treated me like the king that I am to her, and I enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else that reached out, showed love, sent happy Father's Day, I love you wholeheartedly. From my brothers to my sisters, y'all know the vibes, you know. And I also reached out and showed that same love back. Not that I was looking for anything, no, you know, y'all know how I move. I don't look for anything behind what I present out here. You know, me presenting it is the present to me because I am the present. Let's go. But I am here to be that ear and that shoulder to my brothers if needed. You know, this whole mental health check-in thing is something that definitely needs to be done within our communities, our brothers, because there's a lot of people out here painting pictures, y'all. You know, I want to believe a lot of shit that people are presenting and pushing out here, but then it's hard to believe. I don't know. But love is love, man. This is something we're going to be doing every Monday and Friday, men's mental health check-in. Definitely follow the group on Facebook, Men's Mental Health Check-In group on Facebook. Lock in. I'll be dropping a lot of different content, videos, asking certain questions so we can dibble and dabble into different things to see what might need to be done within your mentals. You hear me? Yeah, I'm going to figure out what's going to work. You hear me? Love is love, man. Big Chief, never the little one, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all. Whoever tuned in, I appreciate y'all. I love you wholeheartedly. Whoever's gonna listen to the playback, I love you wholeheartedly. My brothers, let's get it together. You hear me? I'm here, bro. I'm here. Big bro here, little bro, whatever. Well, I ain't little bro, nobody. Big bro here. Grandpa, whatever position y'all want, motherfuckers want to pick me in. Because, I'm here. I'm here, bro. And I mean that. You hear me? Love is love. I love you. You hear me? If nobody else told you today, bro. To the next time, we out. Peace and love.